Hello there, what is going on everyone? We have Imperial High Command to talk about, as well as some other spoilers. We also have probe droids that we're going to talk about. Lots of stuff was spoiled last week. Imperial High Command was also leaked in Australia, where I guess it released a little bit early, but we're going to talk about all of the cards that were announced in the most recent article, which from Atomic Mass Games. We'll link it in the video description below so you can get a closer look yourselves. Also, we are still doing that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway, so make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos that enters you to win. Plus, you can like the video, share the video, click that bell for alerts, all that other stuff. Check the links in the description below. Jump in our Discord and get everything going. It's a super fun time for Legion. It's a super fun time for Wargaming. Adepticon is just around the corner. We're going to get new modes. We're going to get a whole lot more news, and I'll be covering it. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting. With that being said, let's jump right into Imperial High Command, and let's talk about Grand Moff Tarkin, Mr. Fuzzy Slippers himself. He is a commander. We've seen some of this before, but I'm just going to go through it all. He's got pulling the strings for a trooper, which he can let somebody attack or move. He has entourage for Darth Vader as well. I feel like you're always going to run him with Darth Vader. He has a very weak attack called Contempt, which is melee only. Basically, he spits on you, I think, or he scoffs at you, looks down his nose at you, and you feel shame. That's kind of what it is. He's got no surge at all, but he is 6 health, and he's a Courage 3 commander. With that t-shirt save without a surging block, he is going to really be struggling, but he has some tools to help him with that if he's with Darth Vader, which we are going to see. He has 95 points, which does seem very high for what he is. Of course, I feel like you can only bring Grand Moff Tarkin if you're bringing Vader. He's just too weak to run without Vader, I feel like. I mean, there may be some situations in the future where you need to pull the strings for somebody else. If other, threats, like if Palpatine were to come back, it's probably another reason why Palpatine might not come back anytime soon, or won't be considered a trooper. Maybe he'll have a new subtype or something like that. But yeah, he also has 3 command updates, command upgrade slots. By the way, greatest art I think we've ever seen in Star Wars Legion right here. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love it. Love it. Tarkin has Moment of Triumph, and Fear will keep them in line for his command cards. We're going to talk about those as they are spoiled. As 1 pip, Moment of Triumph activates 0 units. Not a particularly strong 1 pip to play from your hand, but it does work really well for the Divulge step. And ever since 2nd edition has kind of shrunk the turn order, most of my games feel like there's only like 3 or maybe 4 rounds where the command card really matters. I always felt like that has given me a lot of flexibility in the command cards that I take, and it really has opened the door for command cards that you might not need to play but still give you a benefit otherwise. And a lot of the stuff in this pack is leaning into that. So it's a very, very cool things that they're doing with command cards. This is one of them. Moment of Triumph. Again, it works with Darth Vader. You're going to gain this permanent effect after you divulge it. Vader gains Guardian 4, and specifically for Grand Moff Tarkin, and he can benefit from backup. While defending, Tarkin benefits from backup from Darth Vader, even if the attacking unit is within 2 of Tarkin. So even if they're close, normally you can't do that, especially if they're close, but this allows it. Also, when Tarkin is contesting an objective token that's not in allied territory, all trooper units within 2 of them have Disciplined 1. So this does a whole lot without you even having to play a command card. So you factor that this is a permanent effect the whole game, and you're also playing another command card on each turn, so you're getting the benefits of another command card at the same time as well, which is cool. Additionally, he has a 3 pip called Fear will keep them in line that also has a divulge effect. This one is optional, but also has a permanent effect. It says, when an allied, the permanent effect for Fear will keep them in line, if you divulge it, it says when an allied Imperial unit is issued an order, it has Demoralize 1 until the end of the round. But then when you play it, it says allied units have Demoralize 1 this round. So you have the permanent effect, and or you can play it. So you have those options. So seems pretty cool. We also have Krennic. No real changes to Krennic, but you're going to get him. I did hear from some folks who have looked at the box already from Australia, where this was released early for some reason, and they did say that apparently there is going to be some sculpt options here with Krennic, so you can have cape options and head options, so you don't have to have him with the hat if you don't want to. And that looks exciting. We'll definitely be picking this box up, though, so we'll see for ourselves when the unboxing comes. So no real changes to Krennic there or his command cards, which are quite good, especially for 65 points. Krennic is he's always been solid. He continues to be solid. He does great things. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Krennic, especially with cunning. Dude, come on, forget about it. He's great. There is also a card here that is for anyone that says Imperial High Command, which in this pack is everybody except for Krennic. So Tarkin, Tagge, and Thrawn all have the Imperial High Command subtext, which means they can all use this card. The Empire does not tolerate failure. This is a 2-pip that activates 2 Imperial units, and this should be called Hail Mary because it's a risky card to play, but it has a potential high reward. You can issue two units, 2 Imperial units in order with this card. It says when a unit issued an order with this card starts its activation this round, it may gain 2 aim tokens. If it does, at the end of that unit's activation, if it did not defeat at least 1 enemy unit during that activation, it suffers 2 wounds. During the end phase, if 1 or more units issued an order with this card defeats 1 or more enemy commander or operative units this round, you score a victory point. In other words, you can take an aim, or I'm sorry, you can take 2 aims. You can take the blessings of the Empire. 2 aims for you. And actually, it's 2 different units can do this. 2 aims for this unit. But you better kill something. Otherwise, you're going to take 2 damage. You're going to get a little force lightning in the belly. But if you do kill something, good. No wounds for you. But if you kill a hero, you gain a victory point. So this could hurt your unit. It could help your unit quite a bit. It could win you the game. But it's risky because you just take 2 wounds. That could kill your guy, right? Or it could make you much weaker. I love it. I think it's a fantastic card. Could be a really good last round of the game, or this is the turn where I need to kill a bunch of things. I need the aim tokens. There's a lot of stuff with tokens that you're going to see in this pack, and I think it's very interesting, and it makes me wonder if there's not going to be some additional token tech in the future for the Empire. I'm really hoping we get Imperial Walkers for full-scale war that eat tokens, eat aims and surges and dodges, and they spit them out as damage across the battlefield. I don't know. I hope that'd be cool. We'll see if something like that ends up happening. That's just me wish listing. Grand Admiral Thrawn, we've already seen him, but he's got every keyword in the game. He's great. We also have his points now. 110 points, which I think is a little low for him, but it should be very good. He's gonna be great. It might be just right, actually. It might be just right. He's got Strategize 2, which is excellent. Cunning, amazing. He's got Direct for an Imperial unit, which gives you more battlefield control. He's got Duelist, Exemplar, One Step Ahead, and Tactical. He's got all kinds of movement-based shenanigans and pip-based shenanigans for command cards. He's giving out tokens. He's directing tokens. He's issuing orders. He's not bad at combat. He's got Surge to Hit. He's got a red defense die. 3 courage commander. He's got 4 red dice in melee and 3 red dice at range 2. Only 5 health, but just so solid. He also has some decent upgrades. He's got 3 command, a training, and equipment. Dude is stacked, and he's incredible. Another really excellent art piece also, by the way. Reminds me of Atalon. Looks like it looks like that scene from Rebels where he's landing, except it doesn't have the ugly helmet on. I'm okay with that. He doesn't need it. So yes, he looks great. We have his command cards here. We've seen his 2-pip already. We must wait and watch. This one is the super standby, right? It's a 2-pip that doesn't activate any units, but it stays in your hand. Again, you got room. You can keep cards that stay in your hand and do nothing, but it's going to come out when somebody ends their activation. When the enemy unit ends their activation, you may discard this card. If you do, choose a non-suppressed or non-panicked allied unit within 2 of the enemy, and they can make a free move or attack action. It also has a divulge effect where you can give 3 allied units reinforcements. I feel like the divulge is less about the reinforcements and more about the mind games you're playing with your opponent. Like, hey, I have super standby. I want you to know I have it. And then you're going to be, every time you do something, you're going to be wondering if I'm going to activate it. You're going to be wondering, and it's going to freak them out. It would freak me out. But his 1 pip here is the one that I think is really crazy, and I want to talk about this one. Architects of Their Own Destruction. It's a 1 pip, activates 1 unit. At the start of the activation phase, choose an enemy unit. If the chosen unit does not have a face-up order token, assign it a face-up order token from your opponent's order pool if able. The first time your opponent chooses to activate a unit this round, they may choose to activate that chosen unit. If they do not, the chosen unit may not activate using a face-up order token until your opponent has no order tokens in their order pool or on command cards, and has no other units with face-up order tokens. In other words, they go first or they go last. There is no in between. This is Thrawn sitting there. I'm going to do my Thrawn voice here. This is Thrawn looking across the table to your opponent. Goes, "You may activate Jyn Erso if you wish. However, choose wisely, Commander. For if you fail to activate her now, you may find that it is too late for you." It's nasty because if you make the wrong decision, you could suffer for it. There's so many mind games that come with this card. Thrawn is all about mind games. He's already my favorite character in Star Wars Legion. He was before they even announced him anyway, but this is really cool. Now his 3 pip, I want you to know failure. This is also just a good card, but this one's more all around. This is just an overall good card. It activates 3 units, not specific types, any 3 units. It's diverse. Thrawn is already diverse. This is a great card. This round, when an allied Imperial unit attacks, not even units that are issued order, any Imperial unit, allied Imperial unit, attacks during the form attack pool step, it gains an aim token if the defending unit does not have 1 or more face down order tokens. In other words, if you're attacking people that haven't activated yet, so again, take down the guys that are at full strength, we can, shoot that core unit, shoot that special forces unit, kill some things. Here's an aim token to make them so much weaker for when they finally do activate. I mean, this is a good card. You probably won't activate first, but you do have Thrawn, who's going to have cunning. He might beat, especially if you play this and your opponent plays a 3 pip. That's really the magic here. Play this card in the same turn your opponent plays a 3 pip, so you have cunning, and all of a sudden, boom, you're going, oh, that's good. So, yes, cool, good card, but all 3 of these, man, he's going to be incredible. I love this guy. Love him. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. Now, General Tagge is a surprise. He's like a super exemplar machine. He's like a token distribution device, and maybe a little overcosted at 85 points, but he doesn't seem that great for me. I feel like there's other options that maybe do it a little better. We'll have to see. Tagge also comes with a card called Logistical Prowess that they talk about here in the article. It's a training that allows him basically to remove any number of tokens from the card, and then he can gain them himself, and then he can replenish tokens on the card using his own calculate odds action. Now, I haven't seen this card yet, so I don't know exactly the way that it's ordered, but I have questions on it based on the 1 pip, and we'll talk about that. But basically, it's like a battery that stores his tokens, right? So he can kind of stockpile tokens there, and then he can get them later. So he's got calculate odds, so he can give tokens to somebody directly, or he can give them to himself and use it with exemplar, or store them for later with his logistical prowess. He has to take logistical prowess. He also has exemplar, which of course you would expect for somebody who's a support commander, and I already called him an exemplar commander. And he has inspire, one that also kind of leads to him being more of a support commander. He's 6 health. His courage bubble's only 2. And he's still only got a white t-shirt save, but he does have a surge to defense and surge to attack, speed 2. only 1 black die in melee, 3 black dice at range 1 to 2, so he's got a respectable blaster, but overall, you know, not really impressive stats. He does have some decent upgrade slots, though. He has 3 command, a training, and an equipment, and is 85 points, so he's a little more expensive than some of the other support commanders that are available, but he's got command cards also. So let's talk about these a little bit. I have Graf's End the Command. His 1 pip, it activates 1 unit. Note it does not have to be himself. General Tagge may remove any number of tokens from logistical prowess to gain the matching tokens. At the start of the activation phase, General Tagge may make a speed to move. So not the strongest 1 pip that I've seen, but it is a speed 2 move, which is a little different. A speed 2 move at the start of the activation phase. So you're going to get to you're going to get to move first. And I think that's what this card really is mostly about. Him being able to gain the tokens himself probably is to help keep him alive. I'm guessing if you got a couple of dodge tokens on there where you really want to stay alive, like this might be, hey, I'm going to go grab that objective and I'm going to load myself up with dodges so this way you can't mess with me. That's part of my thought here. Or you need to move to get within range of Exemplar, and you want to have some dodges and some things on you. That's my general idea with this card. It's not super great. It doesn't seem super great to me, but it does seem like the speed 2 move is the major selling point on here, because most things that give you some kind of movement out of your activation tend to just be speed 1 moves. So speed 2 move is kind of rare in this case. So that's, I think, my takeaway for that. Not the big powerhouse game-changing card, but a speed 2 move could be a game changer at some point. You know, it's an interesting concept, at least. And his 3 pip is Canny Adversary. It says this round, when an enemy unit within range 4 of Tagge spends 1 or more aim tokens, dodge tokens, or surge tokens, you can add an aim, dodge, or surge to logistical prowess. Then, if the enemy unit is in line of sight of Tagge, the enemy unit gains an observation token. So this is actually a good overall good card. Probably something you want to play a little bit, like maybe round 2 or 3. To really load up that logistical prowess when people are going to, because range 4 is a big bubble. I wouldn't do this on turn 1 because nobody's going to be within range of them, but this could be a good solid turn 2 card to kind of get to stockpile a lot of extra stuff and have some support available for the rest of your force. Also, I want to point out that Tagge is also Imperial High Command, so he does have access to that Hail Mary card as well. There's also a Death Troopers card that we're going to be getting in here called Security Detail. It's going to be Death Trooper only, 5-point training card. It says this unit gains Guardian 2, Imperial High Command, and Retinue, Imperial Commander. So if you're already running Krennic with Death Troopers, you're getting a little extra bonus for that. And I feel like this is a good way to give those players who are like, well, I already had Krennic, so I didn't need the other 3. Well, it gives you a little something else if you're running Krennic with Death Troopers. Of course, this works if you're running Death Troopers with anybody, but I happen to like Krennic with Death Troopers because of, his natural synergy with them. And that's kind of when they came out at the same time and all of that stuff too. So that's pretty cool. That's Imperial High Command. We also have a look at the Imperial Probe Droid, who I want to talk about this one a little bit also because it was a separate article. You might have missed it. He has Observe 3, Self-Destruct 3. It's always a fun one, right? If he has to have those 3 damage on him, right? It's like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna blow up. He's a detachment for Special Forces, so while he is a Special Forces, you have to have another Special Forces for each Imperial Probe Droid you're gonna take. He has Disengage, Infiltrate, and Hover Air 1. Got a respectable little attack there for 2 white and 2 black, but we didn't see the back of the card. We had seen this already. He doesn't have surging offense, but he does have a surge for defense with a white die. So you want him to take a little bit of damage. You just don't want him to get hit too hard. You don't want him to blow up. You want him to be able to do some things, observe a few times. Free observe, by the way. You want him to be able to self-destruct, but at only 35 points, I think we're going to manage that. Yeah, he's only 35 points. Now, is also, I think, the first unit I've ever seen that does not have a single upgrade slot. No upgrades whatsoever. These guys are coming out to play just naked, totally naked. 35 points is incredibly cheap. Now, it is a detachment, so you can't just run a whole bunch of these guys, but that does make them very playable. they can fit into. I expect they're going to want. I expect people be buying 3 Imperial probe droids. I definitely expect that to happen. They look pretty cool. They look pretty cool. So that's it. That's our preview. That's our look at some of the cool new Star Wars Legion stuff that is coming to your store shelves very, very soon, with plenty more on the way as we approach the era of the new Battle Force boxes coming out and a lot of Hoth-themed stuff. It's going to be a very fun time for Star Wars fans. I am super excited, looking forward to it, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. We'll see you at Adepticon at the end of this month. It's getting close, folks. It is getting very close. They actually opened up more seats for the Legion World Tournament that you had to email. I don't know if you saw but check out Atomic Mass Games social medias, and you can see more stuff on there. You can also go to Battle Foam and use code Crabbok VIP to save 15%. If you are traveling, you definitely want to protect your models, protect your miniatures. You can check out their Battle Foam, their containers, their cases, the Magna racks, and everything they have there. A lot of really cool stuff. Definitely use that code and get some savings. And that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely out of this world, and I will talk to you soon. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. And always wash your socks.